way they were able to come back after last week's disappointment.
It's been the same thing. Yeah, Rich, you're right. I mean, we said the same thing for 2 years. I mean, these are the type of kids we have. First of all, give a lot of credit to Wisconsin. I think they have a really good football team. They're tough. I think they're coached very well. I have a lot of respect for Gary Anderson, his career and what he's done here in his first year at Wisconsin. So it was a tough game. But, yeah, our guys, they practice hard. They love to play. And, I can tell you flat out that they took offense to the fact that they were 24-point underdogs and that nobody even in State College thought they could win the game, except the kids in that locker room and the coaches in that locker room. So I think those kids took it personally. You take those things personally. That's just the way it is. That's football. And, I feel really good for the seniors that they were able to come out on a winning note.
How did you address that? Not at all?
Flat out. Dressed it head on. I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I thought that Wisconsin was a very, very good football team. I thought that they had a great year, and I thought that we were close in some games, and we had shown resiliency, and we had some good players, and I thought, that we matched up pretty well. And I don't know who makes those lines. I'm not allowed to talk about betting, but it seems like a lot of you guys, felt like that was the right line, and you're wrong.
I picked them by more.
I know you did.
Did you deal with it, or just let them see it and then let them?
Yeah, no, I said, look, guys, I don't, I always talk about the media. I try to educate these guys on the media, and because I enjoy talking to the media, and I think these guys do too. And I think one thing that these guys understand is it doesn't matter what any of you think. With all due respect, you guys are great writers. I mean, you guys are awesome. But it doesn't matter what you think relative to that football team. It doesn't matter one bit what you think. It matters what they think. And that's what I think they understand, and they showed it tonight.
Hey, Bill, Christian had a great game. Do you think it was one of his better games this year?
I have to watch the film, Joe, but it seemed like he stood in there pretty good, and he understands the pocket better, and I thought he did a good job of delivering the football and being accurate with the football, and he's a good player. He's a good young player that I think if he continues to work, he's got a chance to be really good.
Well, Coach, a lot of false start penalties today. Can you talk?
Not good.
Can you talk about the false start?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was it's not good, and we hadn't done that all year, and obviously I take responsibility for that. I coached the quarterback, the cadence, the whole thing. I run the offense, so. It wasn't good. We got to make some changes and make sure that we get that coached up better. That was bad football.
Talk about the play of Allen Robinson. He looked pretty good out there, especially early.
Yeah, he made a lot of plays again tonight. I think even the plays that he didn't make, it helped. Because there was the threat of him making a play, and I think that always helps in the running game, which is very hard to run the football tonight. But you can't say enough about Allen Robinson. He's an excellent football player and great guy to coach, great guy to be around.
Real big breakthrough for Eugene Lewis.
At the beginning of the fourth quarter, you guys all started dancing to the jump around. Whose idea was that, or did it just kind of happen?
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to ask the players. I don't even know what that song. What is that?
This is the House of Pain.
House of Pain? Is it Boston?
They're from Boston. House of Pain.
Wow, I didn't have any idea about that. Sorry, my wife's laughing at me right now.
So Eugene Lewis had a real nice breakthrough for you?
Because you guys hadn't played that well on the road, or really that well at all on the road. Is there something that you changed or wanted a better start, or what can you talk about?
Yeah, I think again, Neil, I think it has to do with how you define playing well on the road. We've lost, so clearly if you define it strictly by that, we haven't played well on the road. But we've been in close games on the road. We've been down on the 2-yard line, fumbled the snap. We've had 2-minute drives and didn't come up with. We missed field goals. We had bad field goal snaps, and that's not playing well, and that's not good on the road to do that. But I think we were close. I think we were close to playing well on the road if we could eliminate those mistakes. We didn't eliminate all those mistakes tonight, but we eliminated enough, and our defense hung in there and played a whale of a game, and our offensive guys made enough plays to win the game.
The last 3 games for Eugene Lewis, got a lot more snaps, really had a breakthrough every day. How much progress have you seen him make even since that Purdue game when he was starting for you and getting more plays?
He's made a ton of progress. He's a fun guy to coach. He works extremely hard. He, again, he's become a better route runner. He can become an even better route runner. He's a good deep ball runner. He's a good post runner, good go runner. And he's worked on his running style, if that makes sense. He's become more of a receiver. He was a quarterback in high school, so it's difficult to make that transition. That's not an easy transition. And I think he's done a nice job and had a good game for us tonight.
Bill, how important is it, Bill, to finish on a high note like this, knowing you don't have a bowl, going into the offseason, what you hope to get done?
Right, Mark, that's your bowl. that's your bowl right there. I mean, that's what it is, and you know, we came out on top against a very good team, a team that was ranked 15th in the country and deservedly so. When we watched them on film, we knew they were good, but we knew that we were close to being pretty good, and so our kids were resolute in the fact that they would come in there and play well, and they did, and so it means a lot going into the off season for the guys coming back, and it certainly means a lot for our senior class.
Bill, what was wrong with?
10 on the Zwinnach run late in the game. 30-10, you guys are back up on your own end. I'm not even sure if it was 3rd and 7. It was 3rd.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah.
What was your reaction when kind of the hole just opened up and no one touched?
Yeah, well, you know, it's just, you know, you try to, you know, again, you're trying to stay one step ahead. You're thinking, what are they thinking? Maybe they're thinking we're going to throw it down the field, so they're going to play too deep, and you know, maybe you can stick a draw in there, and that's what we did. Excuse me, and we hit the draw, and it was good, and I was happy. But you know, you're thinking about the next play, and you know, so, I mean, I didn't pull out my pom poms and start cheering.
Bill, Amos left the game pretty early, and Malcolm didn't play the second half. Do you know what was wrong with Malcolm Willis?
I think we went with those guys at safety that, you know, that made some plays, and that's what we did. I think Mal got a little banged up, and that was basically what it is. I'll find out more about that, Joe. But